Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation on business plan. We are team 1 and we are here to present you on a business concept called franchise with a cause, and this we are doing it for OLPC. Let me start the presentation by actually giving you a brief story. Imagine if this world has 100 people, 26 would be children, and out of those 26 children, 13 would be below the poverty line, earning less than $1.25 a day. But this world is not of 100 people. In reality, the world is having 6.9 billion people. This means it has 1 billion children living under the poverty line. Till now, OLPC has touched the lives of 2 million people or 2 million children. But at the current rate, if we go forward, we need at least 2,000 years. So we need help to help them. So what exactly is this concept of franchise with cause? So here to explain, this is OLPC headquarters here in United States, and this is the local franchise store which the OLPC is trying to target in a particular country. What happens is that the OLPC here in United States get the money in form of the royalties from the local franchise store, and these royalties are a part of the income from the selling of the products and the services by the franchisee in that particular country. In return, what OLPC is giving to these franchisees is the know-how, and know-how can be there in terms of the learning module they have, in terms of the training they will provide to the teachers in that particular country, who will actually further provide the education to the children of the country. Going forward, what exactly is the actual catch in this particular thing is, here is a rich child and here is the poor child. The rich child pays for the education what he's getting through these local franchises, and the local franchises receive the money for it. In return, what is happening is that the poor child is actually getting the laptops and the education from the money rich child is spending for his education. Apart from this thing, we are also focusing on the governments and the private organizations in that particular country, wherein from whom we will receive the dollars in terms of the money, and utilizing the same money for again providing laptops and education to the poor children. Going forward with this, the flow process, what we are going to take, or what OLPC needs to take if they want to set up this kind of a franchisee network in any particular countries which they need to target. We believe the first step is the initial preparation. In the initial preparation, we say that they have to actually evaluate the business, whether it's ready or if it's not ready. While evaluating the business, what we say that they should look at the revenue potential each country is having, the credibility what we can establish among the various franchisees which are there in that country, and also the uniqueness and the association with the sub-brands, particularly when we are talking about the MIT. The second step, once we have actually analyzed that if the business is ready or not, the second process is of the legal requirement. When we talk about the legal requirement, we need to make sure that we adapt ourselves to each part of the country's legal requirement, whether it's in terms of the disclosure documents or whether it's in terms of the franchisee documents. Moving forward, we talk about step 3, which talks about the terms of the agreements. In this step, we want to say that we need to ensure that both the parties, whether it's being a franchisee and a franchisor, has taken into considerations each and everything in terms of the agreement, whether it's the cost, whether it's actually we are talking about the identifying clauses and the delivery clauses and the sales and the contract periods and everything, whether they have taken into consideration all these parameters while they are setting up this agreement. Moving forward, the next step, when these steps are done successfully, the next step is about the key hires. While entering a country, in this step, we need to ensure what exactly would be the key hires from the OLPC as a franchisor's perspective and what exactly the franchisee requires in each and every country. Once this is done, we need to say, we move towards the step 5, which actually talks about the selling and the support strategy. In the selling and the support strategy, what OLPC is going to provide is the training support, the engineering support, actually, and the operational support in terms of the compliances to the teachers, franchisees, and the various students which they are going to deal with. Moving forward, once all these things have been done, we will go forward with setting up a pilot project. From the pilot project perspective, we believe that OLPC should enter into Australia, as there has been a set of a sustainable infrastructure which has already been developed previously, and we know that it has been a success to some extent in that particular country. So by offering a few ends to the services, we believe that OLPC can actually implement this program of a pilot project and actually go forward and check whether it's going on the right track or whether it's successful or not. Once this has been done, the most important thing after this comes is the selling of the franchise. What we want to say is that we have identified, while for selling of the franchise, we have actually identified 4 to 5 different countries which we will be initially targeting. And as going further, as the success depends, as if the success rate increases, we'll be going forward with 7 countries, 8 countries, then 10 countries as we go forward. Then the step 8 is all about supporting of the franchise, which actually talks about the supporting strategy and the selling strategy which is there in that country. Moving forward, we would like to talk about the budget which we are going to involve in this particular process. We estimate that by the end of 3 years, we'll be targeting around 4 million children through a franchise of more than 750 units. At the end of 3 years, we estimate the revenue for that overall to be around 770 million, out of which we estimate the royalty from each franchisee to be around 5 million to the franchisor, which comes down to around 38.5 million. Talking from the point of view of the cost perspectives, we would like to say that the overall cost in terms of by the end of 3 years would be around 18 million. And after deducting the costs from the revenue they have got, I believe that they will be having a good share of income which they can actually build down and develop themselves in terms of learning modules and everything which they require for continuous growth and ongoing process in each and every country they try to target. Moving forward, talking about the timeline, we believe that if we start this project in August 2011, we'll be able to build and open our first franchise by January 2000. Thank you and have a good day.